Meantime, the former president is arriving in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention just a day after he was targeted in that attempted assassination. Our Eamon Javers joins us with some breaking news. Morning, Eamon.
Good morning, Carl. That's right. The former president is here in Milwaukee, and he arrives to Milwaukee with a big win here in the courts just within the past couple of minutes. Federal Judge Aileen Cannon has now moved to dismiss the documents case against the former president of the United States. She's arguing here in this dismissal document that we just got, Carl, within the past minute, that the special counsel's appointment itself was unconstitutional. The judge says the bottom line is this: the appointments clause of the Constitution is a critical constitutional restriction stemming from the separation of powers, and it gives to Congress a considered role in determining the propriety of vesting appointment power for inferior officers. The special counsel's position effectively usurps that important legislative authority, transferring it to a head of department, and in the process threatening the structural liberty inherent in the separation of powers. So on separation of powers and constitutional grounds now, the federal judge has dismissed the case against the former president of the United States involving classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. That is a big political win for the former president here ahead of his appearance at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, where he is going to accept his party's nomination for president of the United States. We do expect, Carl, by the way, more political news coming any time now, really. The question is, who will be Donald Trump's running mate in 2024? Lots of speculation around three main candidates there: J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, and the governor of North Dakota as well. All of those folks are in consideration here for the vice presidency, and what we'll see is who Donald Trump decides wants to be the closest official to him in his new administration if he is to win in November. That is an open question right now. There's some indication that the former president may have not made that decision yet. We do expect a roll call of the states later on today, and there's some folks here in Milwaukee who suggest that we might see a vice presidential pick before then. All of the candidates, I'm told, are here in Milwaukee, and they are prepared to get started with the undertaking if they are selected. The question is, who is Donald Trump going to pick, and do the events of the weekend have any bearing now on that decision? Guys, back over to you.